And this volute comes off nice and easy. Okay. This one here has, what do we have here? Yep, we've got a threaded nut there, and I think it's a threaded impeller as well. So this impeller threads off. It doesn't pry off or pull off or anything like that. And there is no key groove. Although we do have this little teeny tiny spacer washer that goes right there. Put that off to the side. Now the fun part. I've got to get in there and pull this intermediate bracket out. This part just pulls off. One piece at a time. Kind of like that Johnny Cash song. Crack that thing. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off so I don't lose it later on. And that seals against this volute there. Wait, this might actually just slide right out. There we go. Okay, easy peasy. That's the stationary seat of a mechanical seal. And we're going to pop that out with, I don't know what I've got handy. When I do this in the back of a truck bed, I just grab whatever's handy. That's the stationary. He done had a RUNNOFT with the rotator. That's the rotating assembly. Okay. These pieces are like glass, and on a brand new seal, these are actually so flat and so polished that just touching like that, nothing can actually get through them, even at 500 pounds or whatever.
Really? That's that? Jeez.
It is. And I've worked on pumps where it'll be 3,000 pounds of pressure, and mechanical seals just like that. Nothing gets through it. We're going to clean this shaft really well because the rotating seal has this rubber, they call it a bellows. So this seals to the shaft, and this also seals to this rotating surface. Then the rotating surface seals to the stationary surface. And the stationary surface with that ring seals to the intermediate bracket or seal plate or stuffing box, whatever they call it. So they seal here and on the shaft and in this intermediate bracket. All those have to be squeaky clean before this goes back together. Now, depending on what you're pumping, a lot of times this is all crusty, corroded, and has to be wire wheeled or brushed or something like that. Or the shaft is just so worn out that you can't put a new seal on it, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. So a little bit of rinse here. Of course, everything's new on this one, so this isn't quite as critical, but and we've got a new seal. Oh, he's already opened it, so I can't touch anything. Now you'll see I'm doing this kind of like a surgical cleanliness about it. When I said these are like glass, I kind of meant it. If you drop that, it might break. And if you get any dirt between these when you put them together, it can scratch them and wreck the whole seal. Even just dirty grease can be a problem, so we have to press this into here. I use this mysterious white lubricant, and most instructions will say use soapy water, which is fine as long as you're kind of quick about it. Make sure you're not crooked in any way. You can feel around and see if you're crooked, or on the back side you can look and make sure you're actually seated all the way around. It's harder to see that way, but it's effective. And being that I just messed on everything, rinse again. With this, gotta be very careful that I don't pop this out with that shaft there. Okay, all right, and that seat's in there. YOLO, okay. And as you see, I just keep rinsing everything. If I have dirt get in somewhere and something bad happens, they'll make fun of me around the shop. More of this stuff. Sometimes these go on kind of rough. This is just such a tight squeeze. But you want to go nice and even. Sometimes it'll want to squirt this rubber out on the way up. You just got to pay attention. Go all the way up. And then I'm going to go ahead and press this back side with something blunt just to make sure. Okay. And as I turn it, I make sure I don't feel anything scratching in there. If I did, I probably got dirt in there. And this part has a spring. And that gets held on with this guy there. Now we kind of do some goofy stuff here. I always anti-seize these things so they come off again in the future. Maybe. Be stuck in there for the better. As I drop stuff. Making sure that little washer doesn't fall off the back. There's a flat head on the very back of this motor that you can hold with a screwdriver. In this case, I've got a screwdriver bit on a ratchet. I'm gonna go as tight as I can by hand. Put this guy on there, maybe. Actually, I'll have to stand this up on its own. I have the convenience of doing this in the shop, but it's not assembling anything. That's all I want for that. I've got case gasket O-ring that goes here. I am going to use anti-seize so that the next sucker that's got to tear this apart in the middle of Tulsa, Oklahoma, or wherever it is these things go, will cost me a little less. We're also going to anti-seize these bolts, especially because they're stainless. Well, that was pretty easy. The volute meets that intermediate bracket. It's not crooked or go together hard or anything like that. That's that. This pump has gotten a new seal.